Oh yeah. I want to actually bring this up. Apparently, you called me insecure for not wanting a girlfriend that dressed provocatively. You've been talking to Ethan?
No, did I say that? What was my quote?
Fuck. I gotta go find this shit. I'm not gonna be able to find it.
If I could find the video, I said, I think usually what I say is that like it can stem from insecurity or it couldn't stem from insecurity. The examples I believe I gave on stream were that like, let's say somebody says, I don't want my girlfriend to dress a certain way because I'm worried that like a guy's gonna hit on her and she's gonna leave me. That would mean that that feeling that you have is one of insecurity. But if you're like, I don't want my girlfriend to dress a certain way because like we're in a committed relationship with each other and I think that we should kind of reserve those more like provocative aspects of ourselves for within our relationship because that's like the mutual respect that we have for each other. That's not like an insecurity thing. That's a fine boundary to have.
I think you took issue with the fact that I find it disgusting. That's what you said.
Maybe that sounds a little bit more judgmental. If you said that, then I'd probably
I personally would find it pretty disgusting if I was dating somebody and they were out here dressing incredibly provocatively. But let's
that's well, what you just said real quick. That was a different thing. If you say that like you personally like within your relationship find it disgusting, well then that's totally fine. There's no problem with that. But if you say like, oh, I think it's disgusting when other people do it with each other, then that's kind of a little bit different, right?
Oh no, I don't care what other people want to do with it. I just wouldn't want my girl dressed like that. What other people want to do and how those women want to dress, like that's fine. I personally, when I think a girl's like really that like out there, I don't find it appealing. I don't think it's a great thing, but I don't care. I don't judge them. I don't go say anything. I just mind my fucking business.
Sure, I think that's probably fine.
But yeah, like, okay. And I don't know. I kept saying dressing provocatively, and people were like, "What does that even mean?" Like, you can just Google that shit. I'm like, people can wear whatever they wear. But I'm just not going outside with anybody dressed like this. Am I crazy for saying that? Apparently I was. I got a lot of people who said, what the fuck? I'm like, no, I just don't want to go out with somebody who dressed like that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was made to feel like, no, there's something wrong with that. I think a lot of people do think it is inappropriate. I think at the heart of this, when the Sebastian guy got online and said those stuff to Ethan, what was your thoughts initially when he was talking about this?
The problem is the Sebastian guy is a dumb fuck. That what he's saying might be defensible, but he's not the person to defend it. He's woefully inadequate. Yeah. So I felt like Ethan performed better in that conversation, not necessarily because I agree with him, but because the Sebastian dude was just a dumb fuck.
Okay, you might have said that for the whole of the conversation because I watched most of it. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was that insightful or interesting, but I feel like the guy, when they're talking about drop shipping and stuff like that, I didn't know much about it enough to agree or disagree with one. Mm-hmm. But on the topic of like his girlfriend, he kept like just saying he was insecure. In that portion, I just don't understand why that was true. Did you think that Ethan made good points there?
Not really, no. But then the guy started saying stuff, and it made me think maybe he is insecure. Like I said, I don't think Ethan's argument was particularly good, but the other guy didn't seem like he was in a position to defend his position.
Okay. All right. I guess I was just railing against the idea that people not wanting a partner who dresses any type of way, whether it be like dressing like a hood rat or dressing like a very provocative woman or dressing like whatever, is inherently a sign of insecurity. I don't know. It's just, but it seems like we're pigeonholed to that or there's some kind of level of discomfort. And I got that a lot. A lot of people were hitting me up, oh, you fucking bastard. I was like, am I crazy? The people like, Destiny agrees with Ethan. I was like, does he? And so I was just curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, this is just, it's like an extension of that culture where it's like for a long time, women are kind of like almost oppressively having their clothing standards dictated to them. And so now we think that like, well, the best thing would be for women to be able to wear anything at all. And there's absolutely nothing socially communicated with any type of evidence, which is fucking retarded, right?
Wait, why is it retarded?
Because obviously we communicate something with the clothing that we wear because we all kind of socially agree upon what certain clothing communicates, whether we like it or not. The perfect example of this, maybe it's a tinge of misogyny, but like, do you remember Dave Chappelle's skit about like
the horse uniform?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
So I mean, like so whether you like it or not, you have to be cognizant of like what are you communicating with the clothing that you wear, and you could intentionally do it, right? Like I'll show up someplace in sweatpants and a t-shirt and be like, oh, you look like a sub. Like, I don't care if you think I look like a sub. That's fine, but if you're going to dress like a whore and you show up in some place and be like, you look like a whore, then your response has to be, I don't care if you think I look like a whore. Fuck you. It's like, that's fine. But if you say, no, I'm just wearing this because I need to, and I don't think this makes me a whore, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, well, whether or not you are or aren't appearing in a certain way doesn't really matter what the fuck you say. If I walk around outside with a bunch of swastikas over my shirt and I say, well, I just think these patterns look neat, everybody's going to look at me like a fucking retard because that's communicating something because socially we've decided what swastikas mean. Same thing with crop tops and mini skirts and whatever else people can wear. You know?
No, I would argue probably those things have a bit more ambiguity to them. I would argue they do still say something. I was interesting because even at one point he's like, I don't want my wife dressed like a porn star. I'm like, well, why not? What's the difference? For you, your line's at porn star. For other people, their line is at fucking dressed with the titties out. Like everyone got their own line, and like we could agree on what those extremes are and what's acceptable or not. Like on one end of the spectrum, you got burkas, right? Like you got somebody who can't show anything. You know, the other one, you got a girl who's walking around with pasties. Like everyone's gonna have their differences. I just don't understand the necessity of labeling someone who's not okay with one end of the sexual liberation line as insecure when you're just on the different end. Everyone's got their own line. I guess.
Yeah, I agree. And it's important to recognize that because it gets really stupid when people are like, they pretend that they have like the objective line. Fuck. On one of Farah's clips on Fresh and Fit, they actually go back and forth on this, and it's this exact conversation of like, if a woman wears this thing, then she is like objectively a whore. And I was like, well, what do you mean objectively? Like some people would call you a whore for, you know, like you said, like not wearing like a hijab or something, right?
Yeah.
And who are you to decide where the objective standard of what is or isn't a whore? But the reality is, it's going to be somewhat, it's going to be relative to the society you're in, right?
I would say that even you got a line.
Well, yeah, probably. I don't want somebody like.
Yeah, I know exactly what that line is. You want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah, it's going to be wearing a shirt saying I'm Hassan's #1 fan. Or no, what do you think? What is it?
It's women dressed like they live in Miami.
Okay, I don't care about women dressing like they live in Miami. I care about women pumping plastic into their bodies so they look like they live in Miami.
Nah. Those two go together. Don't even lie. Those outfits in Miami are crazy.
I don't care. I think they're fucking hot. The problem is, listen, I like a slutty looking girl with fucking everything all out and everything. I just don't like it when I can't tell if her ass is real or if it got lipoed out of her fucking stomach or something, okay? That's like the thing that irritates
Wait, why does that bother you?
I don't know if maybe it's an actual phobia or something, but I have a really hard time touching shit that's like altered, and I know it is, and it feels like inhuman to me. Like I can't, like if there's a girl like fake tits, I can't put my hands on them at all. It just feels very fucking weird to me. And then
what about when you touch in the face and it's caked up in makeup?
Even that's actually pretty weird. I have a hard time like it because I like to be like affectionate, so like touching people's faces and rubbing people's faces is really fun. But if they've got like a ton of makeup, I don't want to like do that, and then I like take my fingers away.
I'm sorry, I can't. I honestly, I could never see you walking around with a Miami woman. I don't think I could ever see you walking down the street every day with a Miami woman.
That's true, but that's going to be more her preference than mine. I don't think a Miami would want to walk down the street with somebody that looks like me.
No. Okay, keep it a stack. Let's say, okay. You know, let me
yeah,
pull up.
Stack it up. Let's go ahead.
So I think if we have a good reference and we have a good image in our heads, then I think we can both just enjoy it. Okay. All right. Like, let's say this is the outfit. Okay. I'd be so cool. I'm going to send it to you. You can put it up on screen. So that even chat can be part of this whole thing. Okay? Put that shit up on screen, bruh.
Hell yeah. So you're saying that, like, if Melina or if some girl that I was with,
was often dressing like that, I don't think I'd be curious to see if you would be able to handle that. Do you think? Be honest, your heart hearts.
Yeah, I don't think I'd care. Hold on, fuck, it's not loading on my fucking screen. Wait, is this link dead that you just gave me? Oh, there it is. So. Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah, go for it. Fuck it.
Okay.
Like the grossest thing about this outfit to me is maybe the boob. Does Kim Kardashian have fake boobs? They look kind of fake, but they could just be really well supported. But I think these are fake, right?
Of course, they're definitely fake.
Yeah, and then I don't know if the thighs or booty. I don't know any part of this fucking photo is real. That's the thing that like bothers me the most.
I mean, don't be wrong. She looks good. It's just a lot. That's all I'm saying. That's a lot.
Okay.
We're going out to dinner and you're out here in your fucking shirt and your jeans, and she dressed like that.
Fuck it. Hell yeah. I want people to think I'm sugar daddy as fuck. Hell yeah. Fuck them.
Hey, listen, everyone got their thing. Everyone got their thing. I think I would be uneasy. I think that would draw so much attention, and it would just be like so unnerving. It's just a lot. But everyone, I question whether you would, but you claim you would, so I'll just have to take your word at it.
Sure. You can try to get some girl in wood to dress up like that and see if you can catch me in a little fib sometime, okay?
I might just hit up Melina and start buying her outfits. I'm like, yo, walk around with Steven.
True.
Right?
And record the interaction.
See how much he can handle. See if he does any double takes. Like, you're going to wear that? I'm curious.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
I think I've also noticed this. I mean, actually, I can't really say that. I don't know enough.
What?
But
yeah.
Maybe it's just like a lot of the women that you've been involved with have a little bit more of a down to earth, like kind of. Maybe they might be a bit alternative, but none of them have been very like out there.
Yeah, I agree. That's generally the case. But I think that's less what I'm comfortable with, and more just like the type of person and the looks. Like I really like quote unquote like girl next door look, or like it's like a relatively nerdy girl, but they're not like super obese or anything like that. Like that's like the type of look that I enjoy. And then there's like a huge spectrum that exists in there. Like I'm not generally like when I see like pictures like that. This might sound like a lie or a cope or something, but like most of it's just not very attractive to me. Like I wouldn't even jerk off to pictures like that. Like I'd be much more likely to jerk off to like a girl who's like wearing like an oversized t-shirt, or like a girl in like sweatpants and like slippers or whatever. That kind of image is more attractive to me than the very dolled up shit.
Is it that you're attracted to that, or is that just because you feel like it's going to be reciprocated? You're already self-selecting in a way.
I genuinely just don't find it very attractive. It's not like I don't masturbate to porn thinking that way. I've never like asked a girl to dress up that way. Like there's just never any, it's just, I just don't have an attraction to that look. But I also think that like, I feel like I grew up in a time period where we were coming off the Pamela Anderson stuff, and what was being pushed was the very hyper like girl next door kind of look that became popular for a while in like in the early 2000s. But
Okay. I know sometimes I hear people say like, oh, I'm more into like, nerdy type of women and things like that, and I just believe that for a lot of them, what's happening is that they're just
it's all they can get,
responding to the people that they think would most likely like them back.
Sure.
And that's just what's happening. But I guess for you, maybe it is something bigger. My bad. But anyways, they're getting intense with this practice. But I just wanted to bring that up. I'll let you go now.
Okay, I love you. Be careful, buddy.
All right, peace, brother.
Bye. Oh, do you know what that guy sounds like? I'm gonna. Oh shit.